Hello, everyone. This is Dr. Mike Cho, Physical Therapist. Hey, today we have a special guest. His name is David Sinclair. We'll be back in a few seconds. Basically, he's going to talk about how to start your music coaching program wherever you are. Okay, we'll be back in a few seconds.
HelloNote is a truly therapist-friendly practice management solution with integrated EMR that will enhance workflow, efficiency, and patient care. HelloNote reduces error and allows you to spend more time with your patients. It comes integrated with billing. Claims are generated once a note is completed. You can bill with one click and a patient portal, which streamlines the patient intake process. Beautifully engineered and cloud-based for easy accessibility, the software works on all platforms. You can access patient records from anywhere. We also offer 24/7 support. HelloNote is the practice management solution that you're looking for.
Oh, hello, my Facebook friends, YouTube friends, and podcast people. If you're watching live, comment live. Watching on the replay, comment replay. Well, we are streaming live in our Facebook page, Alternative Career Group, our YouTube, our podcast, and everything. But if you're watching live again, comment live. Watching on the replay, comment replay. We got a special guest for tonight. His name is Mr. David Sinclair. He's actually a band director. He's actually there in a national conference somewhere in Nashville. And he's actually started his music coaching program. And I just wanted to bring him here in our group that you have to hone into your own skills, and then you use that own skills, your passion, to start your own coaching program. So without further ado, let's go ahead and bring in Mr. Captain Director David Sinclair. Mr. David, how are you? How's everything there? Where are you at right now?
I'm doing great, Mike. I'm in Nashville at the Tennessee All-State Professional Development Conference with a couple students and doing some good learning and some good networking here with some other professionals around the state.
There you go. I love what you said about networking. It's very important that you have that. Your net worth is actually your network. Your network is your net worth. So, anyway, so could you please tell us again, Mr. David, what do you really do? I know you're a band director, stuff like that. So, and then how did you started this coaching program?
Well, I wear a lot of different hats. You said I'm a band director. I'm also an adjunct instructor at Jackson State, and I direct music at my church. But in addition to that, one of my deepest passions is teaching music and doing it in a private setting. Teaching private lessons. I've developed a studio over the past about year and a half, and have really this has really been a rewarding thing to develop. And so, why or how I got into it? Obviously, I've been teaching music a long time. I've got 16 years of professional teaching experience. But I really was just looking for a way to bring some extra income in for myself and my family. And that kind of turned into how can I use what I'm already good at and leverage that. And that's really what got the ball rolling. And so I just started from square one, just trying to develop that and get some students to get started. And it's grown a lot from there, and it's going really well.
Wow. I like what you said about what you're already good at. A lot of we're streaming this in what you call alternative healthcare career group, or basically we're teaching therapists how to find the alternative career. And then here you are, you're talking about what you're already good at music, and then you're starting your own coaching program, and then you're honing it to that. And then that's what they call ikigai. Ikigai in a Japanese term is basically what you're really good at and you're profitable at it. That's your passion, and you're profitable and you're productive on it. And then boom, you find that sweet spot, what they call it here in the United States. So so now that obviously you're there in Nashville, and then you're doing music in that music conference, right? And then you're teaching people how to play the drums. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, I teach various things in percussion. There's what we call concert percussion, which involves like symphonic type things you would see in a symphony orchestra performance or a concert band performance. And I also teach drum set. So it's really what I teach as far as a private studio is dependent on what the child and the parent is looking for. And so I can, even though I have a variety of experience and expertise, I tend to kind of try to go with at least partially what they want, and then put some of what I want in there too, to make it a great educational experience.
I love what you said about giving them what they want. A lot of we've been preached on, oh, you only get what you need, right? But in reality, even in healthcare, people pay more doing wellness, buying wellness products, going to the gym. They invest more going to the gym, making massages, cryotherapy. I was just interviewing a cryotherapist clinic, and people spend more on their wants versus their needs. Look at all these people buying all this. What's that fancy cup that you drink? Not Yeti, but Stanley cups,
Oh
because
yeah.
that's what they want. And then, of course, in healthcare, we're always like, "Hey, this is what the patient needs." The patient needs. Sometimes you just have to give what the patient wants. If the patient wants to be better and stronger, go ahead and give them to be better and stronger. Not just give them at the baseline. And this is where David, the culture in the music industry is above and beyond. The culture there is like you always want to perform. And in the healthcare field, I'm nothing against with all the therapists that I used to work with. It's just mediocre because of the insurance. It's the reimbursement is mediocre, and the people are mediocre. And then, but you go to the music field, gosh, it's like next level, literally. I if you go to uh David Sinclair's listen to his students play the music, crazy, crazy. Like are these high school students? They sound like professional. What do you call this orchestra? So, well, anyway, I'm going back to you, David. David, so your coaching program, the percussion and whatever you call that, I don't know the instrument. We all call it chorotot in the Philippines, and they all look the same to me. I always make fun of my kids. So now that is percussion really your thing, or do you also play other instruments?
Percussion is really the kind of honed in expertise that I have. I actually got a master's degree in percussion performance, so that's really my bread and butter, I guess you could say. I have some level of uh, basic playing ability on some other instruments, like wind instruments. I can kind of fake my way through piano a little bit sometimes, but as far as I would say, 75% or more of my, at least my formal training has been focused around percussion.
So that's really your niche, right? So I love that. Even the music industry, you cannot play everything, ladies and gentlemen. You cannot do it all, do them all. And look at what David is doing. He's doing like a specific niche within that music industry or performing arts that he's doing. And same thing in therapy or in healthcare field. We have you know a generic generalist PCP, primary care physician. Then you got the specialist who is internist. You got the cardiologist in therapy. We got geriatric therapists like me. You got sports therapist. You got pediatric therapist. You need to find that niche, ladies and gentlemen. And this is where David is really good at. He's niched down to percussion. And David, so you started your coaching program, and then you chose percussion, and now you're doing coaching for the students. So where do they where do you normally coach them? I know you teach them in school, right? Where do you normally coach them? Do you have a studio, or you go to a whatever place? I don't know, how do you train?
Well, I have a few online students that I do virtually, which is kind of unusual to some people. It seems like, how is that possible? But it works in the right
Mm.
circumstances. And then I also have some instruments at the house where I can teach students at. So it's really just dependent on what the student needs and wants, as far as, or the parents also, because I'm teaching a lot of younger students, as far as whether it's going to be virtual or whether it's going to be in person.
Wow. Well, with you going virtual, sky's the limit, man. I mean, you can go wherever you want to. I mean, of course, doing virtual, and of course, the kids, family, they're all invested in this, and it's very important that you really market yourself with that specific niche, and then boom, going we call it telehealth, David, but going online and teaching kids online. In therapy, we also have telehealth, wherein we can consult with patients or clients all over the United States, of course, all over the world, just doing what we're doing right now. So that's a great thing, David. I mean, I totally forgot about you doing, online classes. That's amazing. So what will be the next step for David, for the David Percussion School? Do you have a school name already or something like that?
Yeah, it's called Sinclair Percussion Academy. It took me a while to figure out a name, and that's what I settled on. So that's where I'm listed on social media and on Google. Um, and as
Dude,
far as
the
the next,
Sinclair name alone is like famous. So Sinclair Professional Music Academy, man.
yes, absolutely. um, but yeah, for me, the next step is to get more online presence as far as drawing in those students from all over, because there are people around the globe, really, and like you said, it is kind of an endless opportunity, and having virtual is such an advantage because if you can make it work and have a good experience for the student and the teacher, then uh, then you don't have to deal with as many issues like, oh, I've got a cold and I don't want to be, I don't want to get anybody sick, or you have less cancellations. There's not travel issues of, I can't make it because of the traffic or I'm going to be late. So there's just so fewer issues that come up. And I can have those online lessons consistently with very few cancellations or interruptions.
David, I'm looking at this as a bigger picture. Aside from you doing online live instructions like this, you can also do like a class or a course and a recorded class where they can just buy it, and then boom, they can just watch those tutorials that you're doing. I don't know how you do it. And then if they want more, they can do a one-on-one training, a one-on-one more in-depth training with you, right? I think that's ain't that the goal for you? Are you gonna do like an online class too, aside from the live training?
That would be kind of the ultimate goal, is to have that, because and you know what I'm talking about. It frees up your time, but I mean, it takes time to create something. It takes a lot of time and effort to create it and put it out there, but it's out there, and maybe you're maintaining it, updating it on occasion, but ultimately it's not me saying that 100 times, saying those things or instructing those things. It's one time, and then if 100 people buy it, then I've made my investment back, manyfold, basically.
That's true.
So
That's
yeah.
true. I mean, we normally upload our classes in Kajabi, but I don't know if you know Kajabi, but you can definitely use Udemy and stuff like that. That's what we use in our CEU classes. And the next step, David, I think you can do like a Sinclair percussion certification, right? You're teaching other other percussionists how to certify your class, your signature move or something like that, your signature touch or something, right? So, David, I know you're very busy there. I know you're in the middle of conference. Where can they find you? Where can they reach you? At I know we talked about website, but mention your where can they reach you? Phone number or something like that. Facebook.
I can be found with through Sinclair Percussion Academy. Google that. I'm on Google. I'm on Facebook and on Instagram with that handle. So Sinclair Percussion Academy. I have a website that's being developed and tweaked so that it'll be ready to put out there as well. And my phone number is out there as well, if you Google it. And there's even some information about the lessons and options that I have for what I do.
Amazing, amazing. Any last parting wisdom for the kids who wants to learn, parents who wants to pay for the services?
It's a great investment, and it's performance. It's getting what you want, but it's also developing uh, great life skills, I think, um, and just learning to work at something consistently over time, and to reap the rewards of that and feel the rewards of that in seeing the progress. It's very rewarding. It's a wonderful discipline to be involved in.
I love that. I love what you said about the discipline, the repetition. Well, I always tell this to my kids and of course to my patients. That's why it's called rehab. Re means repeat, hab means habilitate, in therapy. So repetition is the mother of learning, it is the father of action, and then the architect of results. If you want results in your life and discipline, go keep doing it again and again. That's gonna be you. And that's what David is doing here. He's gonna teach or he's teaching your kids, even you as a parent. He'll guide you and mentor you. And that's what the other band director is doing to us, Mr. Shout out to Mr. Mike Tucker. That's our band director here in Martin, Tennessee. I mean, he's like an amazing guy. He teaches our kids how to be disciplined, by the word itself, discipleship, to be disciplined. And then they come home, they're all disciplined. They know what to do. So again, David, thank you very much. I appreciate you. I know you're busy there. I know you've got a busy day there and everything. So any last uh, share, or you're good?
Well, I will mention this, that I do teach adults as well, and it's not something I ever planned on getting into, but I've had a couple of adult students over time, and it's just fantastic to. I'm just letting you know that opportunity is out there as well for people that are interested. And
So when you say
it's been barbecue
percussion,
like
drums itself,
what's
or
that?
just whatever drums?
Um, Usually the adults that come to me want to learn drums, but
Hmm.
anytime somebody learns drums from me, like a drum set, they're also going to learn basic drumming skills, how to move their hands, the technique and everything, and how to
Yeah,
read music, so that you get the full package. But I also, give them, like we've talked about kind of a couple times, what they
amazing.
want, what they're looking to get out of it as well.
Well, you know what? I've been always wanting to play drums, but the drum sets are so expensive back home in the Philippines. So I could probably afford it
Yeah.
now. But yeah, but again, thank you very much, David. I appreciate you. But before I let you go, ladies and gentlemen, always remember the word fast, FAST, letter F. Find people that will bring out the best in you, because you are the average to five people you hang out with. Because just like right now, hang out with David, I feel like, I want to play drums now, or percussion, whatever you call that, right? So find those people, right? And you got to be intentional. You can't just be a wandering generality. You have to make sure you specifically choose those friends, because like my mother always says, birds with the same feather flock together, right? And the next letter is letter A. Take action. All this stuff that we're doing is not going to do me good. It's not even going to do David good if you don't take action. We don't. I mean, we don't really get pay. I didn't even pay David. He doesn't pay me to do all of this. But what we want you to do is take action. If you're wanting to learn how to play drums, reach out to David. Go to his website, Sinclair Percussion Academy or whatever. Go reach out to him. Facebook him, Google him, or whatever. Right. Next letter is letter S. Share and subscribe. Share his website, or his you have a Facebook page. His Facebook page. He doesn't have his website up yet, but his Facebook page. Check out his Facebook. Running out of English, David. Check out his Facebook page. Share and subscribe that thing, right? And last but not the least, is letter T, is teach it. Why? Because when you hear it, you forget. When you see it, you remember. But when you're actually teaching it, just like what David is doing, is you're actually going to understand it more. And that's what you want to do. Teach people how to be awesome and amazing. Again, thank you very much, David. Thank you very much for those people who are watching. Appreciate you. Be awesome, be great, be excellent. And we'll see you in the next episode of our Alternative Career Show. Bye-bye.
HelloNote is a truly therapist-friendly practice management solution with integrated EMR that will enhance workflow, efficiency, and patient care. HelloNote reduces error and allows you to spend more time with your patients. It comes integrated with billing. Claims are generated once a note is completed. You can bill with one